All right, welcome to the Bobelo podcast. Is that the official name? Have we decided exactly what we're calling it?
Yeah, I don't know that we have a name. I think we called it like Carbonation Cast, Bobelo Cast.
Well, this is off script, but if you have a name for the Bobelo podcast, I voted Carbonation Cast. What's your vote?
I have no idea.
All right, comment below what you think it should be. If you want to just Bobelo, that's good too.
Crazy Cast.
Crazy Cast, Crazy People. That'd be good. Today we kind of talked about. This was a personal episode. I know you're gonna hear that a couple times in the episode, but kind of my story. I have a very serious heart condition. I don't know if you know this, but of kids that are born in the United States, 5% are born with heart conditions.
Wow, that's a big number.
0.1% of that 5% have what I have. So I'm pretty special.
Yeah.
If I can say so.
Say it in that way, yeah. There you go.
But we kind of talked about why Bobelo has very dear to me and why it's such a good product for people that might be at risk. And then really important disclaimer: if you have a heart condition, if you have any type of condition, the thing that Bobelo does really well is they list out the ingredients on the back. So just talk to your doctor about it. It's so vital. For me, it's worked. For you, it might, or for someone that it might work for them and maybe not you, but it's so important and so vital to talk to your doctor.
Totally. I'm excited for this podcast, talking specifically about different conditions, diabetes, heart conditions, and why Bobelo is a good fit for, so far, a lot of people that have those conditions, when a lot of other energy products and just products in general are not good for those groups. But watch the rest of the podcast and remember to check out the link below to get the discount code. I won't tell you what it is. You have to listen to it and check it out. And
what he's trying to say is you forgot.
Yeah, I forgot. Go check out the store and try some of our all-natural products. I guarantee you'll love them, and they'll probably be the healthiest drink you have and the most sustainable.
Right. And the other thing too is, before we get into the episode, if you guys have conditions, if you guys have a personal story about either an energy drink, another soda in general, or just want to learn more, go to just tag us a line below. We would love to have you on the podcast. We'd love to interview you, get your perspective, because we're not really a company of selling you products. We want to sell a culture, and a culture of health and sustainability. So
yeah,
stay tuned, guys. Enjoy the episode.
Let's start the show. Hi, welcome to the Bobelo Cast. This is our third one?
Yeah, it's our third. I'm actually really excited that I'm on here.
Yeah.
We're kind of talking about going some personal places.
A little bit, yep.
Kind of a topic that's near to my heart, pun intended. But
that's a good point.
Yeah, and talking a little bit about my history and kind of why I came on to the Bobelo team and everything like that. So, well, we can just go ahead and tell our roles.
Sure. I'm the CEO and founder, Steven.
I'm Tanner Keller. I'm kind of in charge of this whole podcast thing. I do a lot of video and social media stuff. Just kind of, as we often say, whatever hat needs to be worn that day. If you're able, or even if you're not able, you just do that thing.
He's being a little bit humble. He's the resident videographer genius. So, yes, that is Tanner. No,
that's a really, honestly, a good pivot. I mean, kind of the reason why I got into videography was kind of because of my health.
Sure.
I to be very frank, I didn't go to college a lot because I didn't know if I'd be able to make it. So in high school, I kind of just found something I was really passionate about, and it kind of snowballed into making some money of it. And I mean, kind of from a health perspective, why? Let's talk about energy specifically with caffeine and kind of energy drinks, and we can go into my experience about it in a minute, but we talked about it before, but why is it so important to you to, one, all natural, two, make sure it's enough and not too much of a good thing, and three, healthy for people?
Yeah, I think maybe take it even a step back and why are we even doing an energy drink when there's such a bad connotation with energy, and in general, people are almost, not almost, they are addicted to energy now, and not even just energy drinks. They're just addicted to this concept of, I have to have energy or I can't make it through my day.
Right.
And as we sat there and looked at, they are like zombies, totally. Yeah. And I've even had those days, I have kids. We all have days where we can't sleep and whatever, and oh my gosh, I'm not going to finish my work. I need something.
Right.
And we don't all have the luxury of just going off and like running a marathon or something like in the middle of the
We're
day.
not all David Goggins.
Yeah, no, for sure not. Or like Cole, you know, our other
Right.
guy who can just go do 400
Gosh.
pull-ups at a time.
Gosh,
Like that's
we literally have a pull bar over there that he
he
likes.
does totally. But yeah, just taking that step back and thinking like, why an energy drink at all? Is because it is a necessary thing. Our day and age is to the point where people are doing so much stuff and they're so exhausted from not getting good sleep, from not doing those other healthy habits, that a little bit of energy is a good thing to help you get through what you need to get through. When we were thinking about creating the energy drink, but I was like, well, our hydration stuff is good for hydration. It's good for your body. It's good for your health. It's like all these things that's good for you, and it doesn't have bad ingredients like a lot of other hydration drinks. It doesn't have tons of sugar. So one thing I love to point out is that we're probably the only or one of the only beverages, like bubbly beverages and hydration drinks as well, that is good for diabetics and good for people that have heart issues as well. But yeah, let's talk a little bit about like why is energy important, and how do we make it so it doesn't hurt people, and especially with people like conditions. I have a heart condition as well. Mine's pretty minor. I mean, I have PVC, which is, I don't even remember how to pronounce it. It's basically my heart beats a little too early all the time, and I didn't really notice that problem until I started drinking some energy type drinks or sodas or other things to get through my day, and I started getting it worse and worse, and so I would go and to the hospital and places and be like, dude, what is wrong with my heart?
Right, and they can't tell you anything.
No, they have no idea.
They have no context. I mean, that brings me to like a story. I was told kind of, let me go back to the beginning. I was told about 8 years ago that I needed a heart transplant within 3 months.
Sure.
That was the professional, the leading transplant specialist in the United States told me that. He said, if you don't wait, and that's it. To make a really long story short, I started going to the gym and doing everything that they told me not to do. And
we're not recommending you go against all your medical advice.
Yes,
that's
please.
not what we're doing.
You need to talk to your doctors, I can't stress that enough. But you have to understand that you know yourself better than anybody. And so, kind of over the course of my gym experience, I became a little bit healthier, but I got exposed to energy drinks, and more specifically, pre-workout.
Yeah.
And you know, over the course of doing this for about 6 months, like I was seeing improvement. Because my energy level isn't as good as, you know, your average Joe.
Sure.
That allowed me to have a little boost for the gym, and then the rest of the week or whatever it was, I was, you know, really doing well, right?
Yeah.
I had enough energy. But over the course of doing this, I was actually hospitalized because I went to the ER because I was noticing arrhythmia, and
Sure.
like very, very intense arrhythmia, where
Wow.
I'd be sitting in class and I could like see my hand shaking out of rhythm every 3 beats. And then no beats for like 2 seconds, and then 1 beat, no beats for 2 seconds.
Wow.
And it was scary. It was terrifying. And it wasn't until I got into the ER, and to the point that we were talking about earlier, they had no, they put me on a magnesium drip because we're like, we don't really know how to help you.
Sure.
And so I was kept overnight for like more than 24 hours, and I went home, and the ER docs told me nothing. I think part of that is because I was probably out of their pay grade. But for the most part, like to this day, I haven't gotten an answer, and I truly believe it was because of all the crap that they put into those things, and I haven't done pre-workout since.
Yeah.
And it hasn't been until I found this company and tried your energy packets that like I have no issues, but
Yeah.
I can also go work out and do as much as I can.
Well, and I'm recalling now. I don't remember the name of the person, but it was a young lady that. She's in totally good health, but she had pre-workouts and she had like her protein drinks and all that stuff in the little, you know, the containers, and you do scoops. Well, one day she accidentally mixed up her protein drink for her pre-workout, and instead of doing like, you know, 1 scoop of pre-workout, which is a lot of caffeine,
It's like
she did like 3 or 4
300.
scoops, and they said you're lucky she's alive. Like she should have been dead from the amount of caffeine that was in her body all at once, but she had no idea because she just accidentally mixed them up. And so in my mind, I'm like, you know, these products, you gotta have a way to get your energy without risking having serious cardiological effects or serious damage to your heart or whatever it is. Yeah. So when we were making our product, we're like, it has to be a dose, like a single dose at a healthy range, and you can choose how many doses. Yeah.
You tell them what that dose is.
So in our energy products, they have 100 milligrams of caffeine, but it's an all natural caffeine, literally from guadana fruit in the Amazon forest.
And if you want to learn about that, click this card up here, and you can learn all about why we chose that.
Yep.
But it's really, I tell you what, it's worked magnificently.
Yeah. Well, what's really cool about it is that that's the only caffeinated drink now that I can have that does not cause that PVC in me. Like, I'm amazed. I'm not saying that it would be perfect for everybody in all their situations, but the fact that I can get my energy and not have the PVC affecting me or getting those palpitations or other issues that I typically got with other drinks, that's an amazing advancement. And the fact that it's also hydrating and totally healthy for me, it was just it was great for us to be able to create something that we knew could help people, as long as they, make sure it's safe for them. And I don't want to say everyone go out and rush and drink it right now, but definitely if it's safe for them.
Well, and try it, right? I mean, talk to your doctor. I mean, do your research. I did a lot of research with pre-workouts that I used to take, and for the most part, there really wasn't good information, nor was there anything out there that could tell you all the abstract names on the back of the labels. And I think it's very disingenuous. Something that we talk about a team very often is like, there are other companies out there who they target market you and say this is the best thing for you.
Sure.
But then on the back end, you have people like me who, again, granted, few and far between.
Your exceptions, sure.
Exceptions. However, I think they're becoming a lot more common. Something that you said is like, people are realizing the worst way.
Yeah.
That they're having these conditions, maybe not even hard stuff, but regardless.
They find it out after the fact.
Right. Or they die. I mean, I've heard stories of people doing similar and they went to sleep because too much caffeine makes you sleep and they don't wake up.
Yeah.
And these stories happen constantly. And I think the fact that it's in a little packet, you can't mistake it. You can't double dose unless you're intentionally. I don't recommend that to anybody. However, it's very precise, it's very exact, and it's healthy. And it's why I feel so happy being with this company and honored to promote that, because it's very dear to me.
Oh, that's awesome, man. Thank you. And I would just say to everybody out there that's listening is if you have issues, if you have heart conditions, if you're diabetic, like, this is a product that would work for you. Check with your doctor, make sure that's fine. But the fact that we've tested on not just ourselves to make sure it's safe, but so many other people that our customers are like, hey, I couldn't drink anything because of my conditions, and now I can. It just makes me feel so good, because I love to be able to help people live a healthier lifestyle, and not just the generic, like, oh, we're helping every single person on the whole planet. No, we're trying to help people in general, yes, but the fact that it can help people with these rare exceptions or these heart conditions or diabetics or whatever it is, that means a lot, because there's not a lot of options for those kind of people, and it's not fair that everybody creates products that exclude certain groups or makes it so that
they don't even think about it.
They don't think about it. Yeah,
no.
They don't think about it.
Yeah.
So definitely try it out and see what you think, and tell us your experience. Maybe send us a comment, send us a email, and tell us how it went for you.
See you guys.